Hello everyone, today I want to take you on a journey, one that highlights the power of education in shaping lives. We'll explore how access to quality education can determine a student's future, comparing different school environments within Malaysia and beyond. Through real-life examples, we'll see how education can either be a bridge to success or a barrier to progress. Let's start with our own country, Malaysia. Picture two students, one in Kuala Lumpur and the other in a rural part of Sabah. In Kuala Lumpur, schools often have modern facilities, well-trained teachers, and access to technology. Students here benefit from well-funded extracurricular activities, high-quality teaching materials, and exposure to global knowledge. With these resources, students have a higher chance of excelling academically and pursuing prestigious careers. Now, consider a student in a rural area, such as in Sabah or Kelantan. Many rural schools face issues like teacher shortages, limited internet access, and outdated textbooks. Some students travel long distances just to attend class, and their parents may not have the financial means for extra tuition or learning materials. The gap between these two students is significant, and it affects their future opportunities. Now let's take a quick look at how Malaysia compares to other countries. Finland is often praised for its education system. One key factor? Equal access. Whether a child is from a rich or poor family, they receive the same high-quality education. There are no major differences between urban and rural schools because funding is distributed fairly. This has led to high social mobility, where students from lower-income backgrounds can still achieve great success. On the other hand, let's look at the United States. While it has some of the world's best universities, access to quality education is deeply tied to family income. Wealthier families can afford to live in areas with top-tier schools, while lower-income students often struggle in underfunded schools. This inequality limits their chances of climbing the social ladder. So, where does Malaysia stand? While we have made progress, challenges remain, especially in bridging the gap between urban and rural education. Beyond statistics, let's hear from real students who have experienced these inequalities firsthand. In 2022, a news article featured a student from Kelantan who had to climb a tree just to get an internet signal for online classes during the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite these challenges, she persevered and scored well in her exams. Her story reflects the resilience of many rural students who overcome obstacles to succeed. Another example is a student from an elite school in Kuala Lumpur who had access to international-level competitions, advanced learning tools, and strong networking opportunities. This student later received a scholarship to study abroad, showing how a well-supported school environment can shape one's future. Imagine two students, one from an affluent family in Kuala Lumpur and another from a low-income family in a rural village. The student from a wealthy background likely attends a well-funded school, has access to private tutors, and is encouraged to pursue higher education. As a result, they have a competitive advantage in securing scholarships, internships, and eventually, high-paying jobs. On the other hand, the student from a low-income family may attend an underfunded school, struggle with outdated materials, and have fewer opportunities for academic or career advancement. Even if they are talented and hardworking, the lack of resources makes it difficult to compete with their more privileged peers. Many end up taking low-paying jobs just to support their families, limiting their chances of upward mobility. This disparity is not due to a lack of intelligence or effort, but rather the systemic barriers that prevent equal access to opportunities. Without intervention, these students are often locked out of high-income careers, reinforcing the wealth gap in our society. This brings us to an even deeper issue, the cycle of poverty. When parents have low-paying jobs due to limited education, they struggle to provide quality education for their children. Without proper education, the next generation faces the same financial struggles, leading to a never-ending cycle of poverty. A study by the Khazanah Research Institute highlighted that in Malaysia, students from lower-income families are far less likely to pursue tertiary education due to financial constraints. This lack of education limits their job prospects, forcing them into low-paying or unstable jobs, making it difficult to break free from poverty. Without proper intervention, this cycle continues for generations. It's not just about individuals, it's about families, communities, and the entire nation. When a significant portion of the population lacks access to quality education, it affects the entire country. Limited social mobility results in fewer skilled workers, which in turn impacts Malaysia's economic progress. A workforce dominated by low-skilled laborers means lower productivity, less innovation, and slower economic growth. Malaysia aims to become a high-income nation, but without addressing the education gap, we risk being stuck in a middle-income trap. When a significant portion of the population lacks access to quality education, it affects the entire country. Limited social mobility results in fewer skilled workers, which in turn impacts Malaysia's economic progress. A workforce dominated by low-skilled laborers means lower productivity, less innovation, and slower economic growth. Malaysia aims to become a high-income nation, but without addressing the education gap, we risk being stuck in a middle-income trap. Moreover, social inequality can lead to greater societal issues, higher crime rates, lower civic engagement, and political instability. Investing in education and ensuring equal opportunities is not just a moral responsibility, it is an economic necessity for national progress. For many students from underprivileged backgrounds, the challenges of limited resources and fewer opportunities can take a toll on their self-esteem. Imagine a student who consistently sees their wealthier peers excelling because they have access to private tutors, better schools, and extracurricular programs. For many students from underprivileged backgrounds, the challenges of limited resources and fewer opportunities can take a toll on their self-esteem. Imagine a student who consistently sees their wealthier peers excelling because they have access to private tutors, better schools, and extracurricular programs. This feeling of helplessness can lead to a lack of motivation. If a student thinks their efforts won't change their future, they may disengage from studies altogether. This is known as learned helplessness, a psychological state where repeated struggles make a person give up on trying. Without encouragement and support, many talented students never reach their full potential, not because they aren't capable, but because they don't believe they are. Social circles play a huge role in shaping aspirations. Students from wealthier backgrounds are often surrounded by peers who discuss university plans, career ambitions, and big dreams. This environment naturally encourages them to aim high. Social circles play a huge role in shaping aspirations. Students from wealthier backgrounds are often surrounded by peers who discuss university plans, career ambitions, and big dreams. This environment naturally encourages them to aim high. In contrast, students from lower-income backgrounds may be surrounded by peers who struggle with similar financial or educational barriers. If most of their friends believe that higher education is out of reach, they may start believing the same. A student who once had dreams of becoming a doctor or engineer might lower their expectations simply because no one around them is pursuing those paths. This highlights the importance of mentorship and exposure to positive role models. When students see others like them succeed, it expands their perception of what is possible. One major initiative is the TVET program, which provides skills-based education and training for students who may not pursue traditional academic paths. TVET equips students with practical skills in industries like engineering, IT, and hospitality, allowing them to secure stable jobs with competitive salaries. This program is crucial in helping students from lower-income backgrounds find employment opportunities without the need for a university degree. One major initiative is the TVET program, which provides skills-based education and training for students who may not pursue traditional academic paths. TVET equips students with practical skills in industries like engineering, IT, and hospitality, allowing them to secure stable jobs with competitive salaries. This program is crucial in helping students from lower-income backgrounds find employment opportunities without the need for a university degree. Another key policy is the Malaysia Education Blueprint, or MEB, for the years 2013 to 2025. It's designed to improve the quality of education across the country. This blueprint focuses on reducing the urban-rural education gap, enhancing teacher training, and increasing access to education for marginalized communities. Lastly, we have PTPTN, a financial aid program that provides loans to students pursuing higher education. This initiative ensures that students from low-income families have access to tertiary education without being burdened by immediate financial constraints. While these programs have made progress, they are not without their flaws. First, TVT faces issues with perception and industry alignment. Many still view vocational education as inferior to academic degrees, leading to lower enrollment rates. Additionally, some TVT graduates struggle to find employment due to mismatches between their training and industry demands. While these programs have made progress, they are not without their flaws. First, TVT faces issues with perception and industry alignment. Many still view vocational education as inferior to academic degrees, leading to lower enrollment rates. Additionally, some TVT graduates struggle to find employment due to mismatches between their training and industry demands. Second, the MEB 2013 to 2025 has made improvements but has yet to fully address the urban-rural education gap. Schools in rural areas still suffer from a lack of resources, underqualified teachers, and limited technological access. While policies are in place, the execution at the grassroots level remains a challenge. Lastly, PTPTN has been a lifeline for many students, but concerns over repayment have led to financial instability. Many graduates struggle to repay their loans due to limited job opportunities or low starting salaries. This raises questions about whether the financial aid model needs restructuring to be more sustainable and supportive. In summary, while government programs like TVET MEB and PTPTN are designed to promote social mobility, challenges remain in their implementation and impact. Addressing these weaknesses is crucial in ensuring that every student, regardless of background, has a fair chance to succeed.
Education is often seen as the key to upward social mobility. However, not all students have the same opportunities to succeed. Various factors influence a student's ability to move up the social ladder through education. Let's explore the key factors that impact social mobility in schools. A student's family income, parental education, and occupation play a significant role in their educational journey. Students from higher income families often have access to better schools, private tutoring, and extracurricular activities that enrich their learning experience. On the other hand, lower income students may struggle with financial constraints, limited resources, and even the need to work part-time, which can affect their academic performance. The quality of education a student receives is directly linked to the resources available in their school. Schools in affluent areas tend to have well-equipped classrooms, experienced teachers, and a variety of learning opportunities. In contrast, underfunded schools may lack proper infrastructure, updated textbooks, and technological tools, making it difficult for students to reach their full potential. Parental involvement is another crucial factor. When parents actively engage in their children's education by attending school meetings, assisting with homework, or encouraging learning at home, students tend to perform better. However, some parents, especially those working long hours or lacking formal education, may not be able to provide the same level of support, which can impact a child's academic success. Higher education is often a stepping stone to better job opportunities. Scholarships, financial aid, and mentorship programs help students from lower income backgrounds pursue further education. However, high tuition fees and limited access to universities can prevent many talented students from advancing, restricting their chances for upward mobility. Beyond financial resources, students also benefit from social and cultural capital. Exposure to intellectual discussions, networking opportunities, and cultural experiences give some students an advantage in school and career development. Unfortunately, Students from disadvantaged backgrounds may not have access to these experiences, making it harder for them to compete with their more privileged peers. The social environment within a school can shape a student's academic performance and aspirations. Positive peer groups encourage motivation and success, while negative influences, such as peer pressure to engage in delinquency or disengage from learning, can lead to poor academic outcomes. Teachers play a fundamental role in shaping student achievement. When educators have high expectations, students are more likely to develop confidence and strive for success. However, biases, whether based on race, gender, or socioeconomic status, can negatively affect how students are perceived and treated, potentially discouraging them from reaching their full potential. Government policies and educational reforms also impact social mobility. Initiatives such as free education, affirmative action, and equal opportunity programs help bridge the gap between students from different backgrounds. However, if policies are inconsistent or funding is inadequate, educational inequalities may persist. In today's digital age, access to technology is essential for learning. Students with access to computers, high-speed internet, and digital learning tools have an advantage over those who do not. The digital divide, where students in low-income communities lack access to these resources, can widen the education gap and limit social mobility. Finally, a student's health plays a critical role in their academic performance. Good nutrition, mental health support, and overall well-being contribute to better concentration and learning outcomes. However, students who face malnutrition, mental health struggles, or other health challenges may find it difficult to keep up with their studies. Social mobility in schools is shaped by multiple interconnected factors. While education has the power to transform lives, it is crucial to recognize and address the barriers that prevent students from reaching their full potential. By providing equal opportunities, supporting underprivileged students, and ensuring quality education for all, we can create a more just and equitable society. Now, I'll be explaining about the impact of students' social mobility on education policies in Malaysia. Education policies in Malaysia aim to address these issues through various frameworks and programs. Today, we will explore how Malaysia is working to reduce educational inequality, improve curriculum and skills development, enhance access to higher education, bridge the digital divide, and tackle challenges in policy implementation. Through this discussion, we will examine both the effectiveness and limitations of these policies, highlighting areas that require further improvement. One of the key frameworks introduced to combat educational inequality is the Malaysia Education Blueprint, MEB, 2013-2025. This comprehensive policy was designed to ensure that all students, regardless of their socioeconomic background, have access to high-quality education. The MEB focuses on several core areas, including reducing disparities between urban and rural schools, improving teacher training, and increasing student support programs. One of the programs under this initiative is Bantuan Awal Persekolahan, early school assistance. This financial aid program provides monetary support to low-income families at the start of the school year, helping them afford school uniforms, books, and other necessary supplies. By alleviating financial burdens, this initiative ensures that students can attend school without facing economic constraints. Another impactful initiative is the District Transformation Program, DTP, which aims to uplift underperforming schools, particularly those in rural and underserved areas. The DTP focuses on providing additional resources, improving teacher training, and implementing targeted interventions to enhance student learning outcomes. While these efforts have led to measurable improvements in some districts, challenges such as inconsistent implementation and varying levels of school leadership quality still need to be addressed. Ensuring that students are equipped with the right skills for the job market is a crucial aspect of social mobility. To cater to students who may not excel in traditional academic subjects, Malaysia has invested in technical and vocational education and training (TVET) programs. These programs offer alternative pathways by providing students with hands-on training in fields such as engineering, hospitality, and information technology. By focusing on skill development, TVET aims to enhance employability and offer students stable career opportunities. However, TVET still faces challenges. There remains a stigma that vocational education is inferior to academic pathways, leading to lower enrollment rates. Additionally, some graduates find it difficult to secure jobs due to mismatches between their training and industry needs. Strengthening industry partnerships and improving public perceptions of vocational education are necessary to maximize the effectiveness of TVET. Another significant curriculum shift in Malaysia is the 21st Century Learning Pakai 21 framework. This approach integrates critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and digital literacy into the education system. Instead of rote memorization, PAC 21 emphasizes problem-solving, teamwork, and adaptability, skills that are essential in today's evolving job market. The push toward digital literacy ensures that students are prepared for careers in an increasingly technology-driven world, thereby improving their long-term social mobility. Higher education serves as a key stepping stone for upward social mobility. But financial barriers often prevent students from low-income families from pursuing tertiary education. To address this, the government has implemented the Perbadanan Tabung Pendidikan Tinggi Nasional (PTPTN) loan system, which provides financial assistance to students enrolling in universities. While PTPTN has enabled thousands of students to pursue higher education, it has also raised concerns regarding student debt. Many graduates struggle to repay their loans due to limited job opportunities or low starting salaries. This has sparked discussions on whether the repayment system should be restructured, with some advocating for income-based repayment plans or partial loan forgiveness for students from low-income backgrounds. Malaysia also implements quota systems and affirmative action policies to support marginalized communities in gaining access to higher education. These policies ensure that students from underrepresented groups, particularly those from rural or indigenous backgrounds, have fair opportunities to pursue university education. However, some critics argue that these measures alone are not enough, as they do not always address underlying quality gaps in primary and secondary education that can affect a student's readiness for higher education. The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted a major issue in Malaysia's education system: the digital divide. When schools transitioned to online learning, many students from rural or low-income families struggled due to a lack of internet access and digital devices. This created a significant gap in learning opportunities, with some students falling behind simply because they lacked the necessary technology. To address this, the government launched initiatives such as Jaringan Prihatin, which provides subsidies for internet access and mobile data to students from low-income households. Additionally, the digital education policy aims to ensure that schools are equipped with digital infrastructure and students have access to affordable learning devices. While these initiatives have improved digital access, challenges remain. Some rural areas still lack stable internet connections, and not all teachers are adequately trained to deliver effective online lessons. Bridging the digital divide requires a combination of infrastructure investment, teacher training, and sustainable funding models to ensure that technology enhances learning rather than creating further disparities. While Malaysia has introduced numerous policies to improve educational opportunities, several challenges persist in their execution. Urban-rural disparities. Despite efforts to bridge the gap, many rural schools still struggle with poor infrastructure, a shortage of trained teachers, and outdated learning materials. These factors limit the effectiveness of policies aimed at reducing educational inequality. Mismatch between education and job market needs. Many graduates, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds, find it difficult to secure employment due to a lack of industry-relevant skills. Strengthening partnerships between educational institutions and the private sector can help address this issue. Policy consistency and long-term effectiveness. Some policies face issues with inconsistent implementation or changes in political leadership, which can disrupt progress and reduce their impact over time. Ensuring long-term policy commitment is crucial to achieving lasting improvements in social mobility through education. In conclusion, Malaysia's education policies play a crucial role in promoting social mobility, but there is still much work to be done. While initiatives like the MEB, TVET, PTPTN, and digital education policies have contributed to greater access and opportunities, persistent challenges such as rural education gaps, skill mismatches, and digital inequalities need further attention. Moving forward, continuous policy refinements, better industry education collaboration, and more inclusive digital education strategies are essential to ensuring that every Malaysian student, regardless of background, has the chance to succeed. Only by addressing these gaps can we create a truly equitable education system that empowers individuals and strengthens Malaysia's socio-economic future.